In this video, we're going to talk about one of the new questions for new quizzes. We're going to talk about categorization, and it's one of my favorite ones. I think it's really engaging and interactive for students to do, not just something boring like a multiple choice or true false. It actually is a little bit of a game kind of inside your new quiz. So let's take a look at how to make a categorization question. So again, we click on that blue plus button, and then we find categorization. It's actually the first one. And the best way to kind of think about categorization questions are that they're buckets. So you have a category, and your category is the bucket, and then you're going to have different things outside of the bucket. You want your students to sort those things that are outside of the bucket into one of the buckets that it fits into. You can do all kinds of things, like for me in IT, it would be hardware and software, and what kind of different things would go into those buckets. I'm going to write up a quick question. Again, it's going to take me just a snap. All right, so we are back. I've filled in all of my buckets and possible answers that could go into those buckets. So you can see I have Marvel superheroes up here with Marvel supervillains and DC appropriately placed. So one of the things you can do is underneath each one of them is what you put the right answers to be. Now your students are going to see it in a different way. They're going to see it at the bottom, and they have to left click and hold with their mouse and drag it into the appropriate box that it's supposed to go in. That's the bucket that we talked about earlier. And you can add as many possible answers here as you'd like. I've just done 3 to kind of show a quick example of what that looks like. But we do also have down here at the very bottom what we call a distractor. So this is going to be one that lives with the possible answers but does not go in any of the buckets. So I am going to put a distractor here by clicking on that. Now you can add multiple categories. You can see I have picked 4 categories. You'll simply click the plus category button to do that. And you can add as many categories as you like with as many possible answers as you'd like. Now, I think with this one, it's going to be appropriate to show you what it looks like at the end. So I will show you a preview of what it looks like before we finish this video today. Now let's go to the settings section. So there isn't many settings here to choose from. You can see we just had the banking and align outcomes. That's really about it. The only one you really have is show on-screen calculator. So you can have this if you're going to ask a math question. That's very doable, and you may want to have a calculator for that. So you do have the ability to show an on-screen calculator. You do have a basic and a scientific if you go that route, like always. And then we have our point value here. And lastly, once we're all finished, we can go ahead and hit done. So now that we've created the actual question, let's take a look at it, because it is a little confusing if you haven't seen what it looks like from a student perspective, what they're actually going to see. So we're going to scroll up and click on that preview button. And now we're going to see what the categorization question type looks like. So you can see they are completely blank in the bucket section, the category section. And I can left click and hold and drag to where they're supposed to be. This is fairly easy for your students to do, but again, it makes it just a little bit more fun, a little more engaging, interactive, rather than just kind of a true-false multiple choice question type. So it's a new question type for new quizzes that we really like here at SCC. That's going to pretty much wrap it up for this video.